It's a fucking grenade.
He put a grenade in the baby.
Oh man, this movie is ridiculous.
Oh fuck!
This is like early 90s?
Mid
90s.
I think it's like 90. I know it's after Rodman was on the Bulls, so I think it's like 96, 97. For those of y'all who don't know, we might as well just jump right into it. Welcome back to the Saucy Boys podcast. And the movie with the sound off is Double Team, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dennis Rodman.
This is a continuation from our Friday night because me and Mike came back to my place at like fucking 3:30 in the morning and ate Whataburger and watched horrible
Look at how
action
long this
films.
nigga's nose hair is.
Damn, I don't think that close up did not do him well.
This movie is ridiculous. At one point, homie goes from slipping on a bunch of Coke cans to doing like a
like a
a perfectly choreographed flip, and landing on his feet.
But it was like the cartoon like rolling on can, like you know when you see like in a cartoon somebody rolls some marbles out and the cartoon character's like whoa, and it goes into a flip and just karate kicks some random dude in the head. Like who put that in a movie? Like who thought that was a good idea when they were making this movie? Like, all right, Jean-Claude, this is what I want you to do. When we have the Coke cans roll, that's going to be our product placement, and you're just going to stumble on top of them like a cartoon character, and then off the side of the little carnival game, you flip and just kick a random person in the head. Not any of the people that are shooting at you, just a random person running by, innocent bystander.
We're going to get it in 2 takes, okay? One for the slip, one for the kick.
All right, ready? Action.
Cut.
Oh man,
nice little tangent. But we are continuing our theme for the month of highlighting and putting spotlights on black-owned alcohol brands out there. And so to end the month, we're going to be shedding a little light on a local brewery here in San Antonio called Withered Souls, which is a black-owned brewery, and we'll be partaking in the West Coast style IPA from Weathered Souls Brewing. I know they're not available everywhere, but if you did want to like look into what they offer, just go to weatheredsoulsbrewing.com and you'll be able to see all their options. I know their most popular one is the Black is Beautiful Porter Stout that they kind of blew up in 2020. Of course, like in the summer of 2020 with all the George Floyd and everything. Yeah. That was what spurred them to put that one out. And I think I have had that one. I think it's like a chocolate peanut butter stout or something, but it's pretty decent. But I don't know how you are with like darker beers like that. And I'm not a big IPA guy, but I was just like, fuck it, this one seems like fruity or whatnot.
I rock with it.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's dope that too, like it's black owned. Like I think the first time I was introduced to them is back when, remember I was doing London Pub?
Yeah.
And they ended up doing like a tasting there or something.
Oh,
and they had like reps. Yeah. And so like they came by, I was DJing and shit, and like it was cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. We like live 5 minutes from it.
Yeah.
The brewery.
It's like right down the road.
My fondest memory of it is when I was first dating my girlfriend. I took her there on like a spur of the moment date, and we just had like a couple pints and shared some nachos or whatnot. But it's actually a pretty dope place to go into, and that was even back during pandemic, so they still had like pandemic rules going on. So I'm pretty sure it's a lot better now. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this and pop the top, get a little ASMR on this IPA.
Man, it's crazy like watching these older movies because you don't realize like how ridiculous they are until like you go back and you watch them. Like some of the shit that they was doing in these movies, I was like, what made y'all think of this?
It's the rose tinted glasses thing, man. Where like you'll see something when you're younger and think that, oh, it wasn't that bad, and then you'll watch it again when you're older a little bit and you'll see like, oh fuck, what was I thinking? It's like for some reason I think every
damn, that smell good.
Yeah, it's very potent. I'm fucking I remember everything in HD in my mind. So like there's things that were clearly not in HD, especially with the advent of like the streaming services, and you can go back and watch them now and see. But like every show, everything that I remember watching, for some reason I always remember it how like the clarity of a television is now.
Yeah.
And then it's only when I like watch it again, I'm just like, oh fuck.
Like, why does it look like that?
Yeah, like why does it look all grainy and
why
shit?
Is the quality so
yeah,
shitty?
Yeah. Like I have that issue with a lot of things.
Either that, like you go back and you watch something and like the moment that you remember in your head isn't the same and you don't get the same feeling like is when you go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, and then that too is just like, that's why I didn't go, whenever Disney Plus launched and they were doing like all the old like TV shows, like the like Gargoyles and shit like that. Like I started watching a few episodes and I was like,
doesn't look as good.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was
like,
was
this
me
show
with
is not that good. It's not as good as I thought it was.
That was me with HBO Max. Whenever I loved the Batman animated series as a kid.
Yeah.
And like I think I fired up like 2 episodes on season 1. I was like, nah, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
It's ruining my memory. Like I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck up the memories.
Just like the animations look all stale and like weird and it's crazy. Also, I did try a sip of that. That is an IPA. I'll tell you that.
Let me get into it.
Unfortunately. Well, fortunately if you do like them. But yeah, that's about as IPA as an IPA I can get. It does have some fruity hints to it, but it's not like, I mean, it's not like a Dogfish Head.
Oh yeah, no,
like that's like
for sure. Now this is I can drink this.
Yeah,
I can sip on this, and you know what? Like the descriptions on this can is exactly what it is: citrusy, refreshing. Yeah, crisp. Yeah,
I'll say that. Yeah, it is refreshing. Like,
it's not like normal
IPAs. Like, I don't feel like I'm drinking weed, as I like to say. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's not as potent as like a Dogfish Head or something like that.
I can say though, like as y'all know, like I've never really been like a beer guy, a brewski guy. So like, whenever people come at me and like, oh, have you tried this IPA? Or have you tried this? And I'm just like, nah, man, I just drink liquor. That's it.
Better for you in the long run.
Yeah. So, but no, it's not bad. I mean, you know, during the summer, probably chill out by the pool.
Yeah.
Maybe sip a couple of these.
Yeah. Definitely a pool beer, float in the river or something like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Weathered Souls again. Local brewery. So it's dope to be putting a spotlight on them. Hopefully they give us a shout out back whenever we post this and tag them in it. You know what I'm saying? But I did want to get into the topics for today. Chaku, what do you think about annoying people?
There are plenty of them. There's an abundance of annoying people.
Oh,
there is quite the abundance of annoying people.
So what about annoying people that you have to work with? How do you handle that?
Oh man. Back in the day, before I was mild-mannered, Chaku, I had a tendency to tell people just to fuck off. But now that I'm mild-mannered, Chaku, I just kind of ignore it. It depends on what I'm doing though. If it's like my regular job, then my regular job's not too bad. I don't have that many annoying people. Nobody's really annoying. Yeah, and it's just like I've known them for years, so I know how to like navigate. Yeah. Through them, like I know like this person's gonna talk a lot, so keep my conversations brief. This person's just gonna sit around and not do anything, so try not to get bothered by that. Or this person just fucking sits in the bathroom for so long and is always taking up like bathroom time, whatever. Yeah. But as far as like DJing, man, I've been able to handle it better, I will say. I used to be real like, nah, man, I'm not like doing, and I would just kind of like I would make it known. But now like I just kind of fuck with people. Yeah. And like people ask them like, hey, do you have this? And I'm like, nah, who's that? Never heard that. Like, let me get that. Like, show me. And I just like fucking, you never heard of Bad Bunny? What? Yeah. I'm like, nah, I never. Who is he? I never heard of that guy before. I would love to play it. Show me.
What was that shit you posted the other day where you said like somebody like requested something from you like not even like 10 minutes into your set?
Yeah, I just started. I'm maybe like
bussing. It was bussing.
I'm a song or two in. And this big girl, I'm sorry, but this big girl came up and she was kind of faded, and she walks up and she's like, hey, she's like, you know what you should play? And that's the thing that pisses me off the most, when you come up and be like, you know what you should play? You know what would get everybody fucking crazy in here?
Because I'm a DJ.
You know what would make people fucking get on tables and start twerking? Is if you play Bussin' Right Now by Nicki Minaj. And was it Lil Baby?
Yeah.
And so I looked at her, and I know this song, but I just played it off. I was like, I never heard that before. I was like, can you show me? And sure enough, this bitch pulls out her phone, and it was like, it's this one. So she was ready. She was ready to go. But I'm looking at her, I'm like, I was like, let me see what I can do. I was like, I could try working in, but I was like, I don't think it's going to fit right now. Like, everybody's chilling. I was like, just give me some time to get to it. And then so she kind of like backs off, and she looks disappointed. So she sits down on the bench in front of like where my booth's at. And she's sitting there for a minute, and then she gets back up again. She comes over and she starts talking to me. And so, you know how Burleson, like, how the floor and like this, so people are like eye level with my equipment.
Yeah.
And so she's fucking putting both her arms on the goddamn table.
Motherfucker.
And it's pushing my mixer back. And I'm like, yo. I was like, hey, hold on, chill. And she's like, what? That's a drunk girl's response as soon as I say some shit like that. Mind you, I'm trying to protect thousands of dollars worth of equipment, and you just look at me and you're like, what? Like, you ain't fucking do anything wrong. I'm like, yo, like, chill out. Like, I'm not coming to your house and fucking kicking your CPU over and shit. But so she's sitting there, and she's like, she kind of like backs up, and she's like, okay, well, fine, I won't touch it. I'm like, look, I'm just trying to be cool. Like, I'll get to your song or whatever. And so she's still looking at me, and I go back to mixing. And she's like, she's like, you lucky I don't fuck you up.
What?
Yeah, but I can tell she's drunk, so I'm not even mad.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, lady? I was like, I'm not worried about that. I highly doubt you can fuck me up, but you know, I like that you think that you can fuck me up.
Threat.
So, yeah, just, you know, sit there and threaten me.
She got that baby D mentality.
But I will say this: at the end of this whole occurrence, I kind of just like played it off, and I was like just talking shit to her and like bullshitting. She's like, well, my name's such and such, and I was like, I'm Chaku, nice to meet you. You know, played it cool. So at the end of everything, like, she was, you know, still cool, but you could tell she was fucked up. So it is what it is. But the funniest shit about this whole interaction with this person is, by the end of the interaction, it's maybe like close to 10, maybe a little bit later than that, like 10, like close to 10:30, and I see her standing by the stools next to the bar, and she's on fucking lean.
Oh shit.
She's lean. Her friend was like dancing in front of me, and then she like stopped to go like check on her, and she's on fucking lean. And so I look, and I'm like, she takes her shoes off and she starts walking out. And I'm like, damn, like fucking Fiesta feet over here.
Came for
and so I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't think nothing of it. She just took her shoes off and walked out. I was like, damn, she's really drunk. Nigga, I look back about like 15 minutes later, and there's these two girls sitting next to the bar, and there's some shoes sitting on a chair. And I'm like, this bitch just take her shoes off and just sitting at the bar like casually with her shoes off. And I look at both of their feet, and they both got shoes on. I'm like, oh,
bitch just left her shoes.
It's the big girl. She done left her shoes. Nigga, I went and looked at the shoes like when I was walking by, and the whole fucking top half separated from the sole.
God damn.
And just left the fucking, she just left them shits there. She's like, I can't take these back to Macy's. Like, yeah. So the whole fucking, the heel separated from the, I was like, that shit is wild. And she was,
they just, you know, it's, you got to eat before you go out, people. Yeah, you can't be getting fucked up like that.
Yeah, get you some grub before you come out. Because it's not even 10:30 and you that gone, you breaking heels. Like,
it's not cute either. Like, no, it's not cool. Like, nobody wants to see somebody who just, like, out in public and they can't control their you know what I'm saying? Like,
just shit faced.
Yeah, it's
can't walk. You remember seeing that video where that dude was trying to put his flip flop on and he couldn't put his flip flop? He was at some festival. And he was struggling trying to put his flip flop on. This man couldn't get that shit on.
God damn.
It's hilarious.
Poor bastard.
Man, this nigga couldn't walk. Now he's Spider-Man up walls and shit.
Jean-Claude. But
yeah.
You're dealing with annoying people is a lot different from mine. So with mine, especially, I can admit that, yeah, back in the day when I was working in person, I was more of the asshole type. So where like people would just come up to me and be like, yeah, Mike doesn't like me or some shit like that. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you're right, you're right.
You'll get used to it, you know? Just stop asking stupid questions or whatnot. But now it's like, now that I'm not in person anymore, It's more along the lines of people like blowing up the emails for dumb shit.
Yo.
And it's like, man.
Or in the group chat, just like talking.
Yo. Like, dog, I woke up on Saturday and one of these salesmen that I work with who like runs one of the accounts or whatnot, man, this nigga shot me like 4 fucking meeting invites on Saturday morning at like 4 in the fucking morning. Like, and I'm just like, dog, get a fucking life, bro. It's
like, go to sleep.
Like, it was Friday, bro. You didn't unwind. Like, you live in Florida. Go out, do something.
Yeah, go play some golf.
Like, what the fuck are you doing at like 4 in the morning? So like, I wake up to like 4 fucking like, please accept requests to this meeting next week sometime. And I'm just like, dog, really? Like, you couldn't have done this on Monday? Like, what the fuck, man? And he always like, it's not just me, because there's another dude on my team who has accounts that this guy oversees. And like, he blows us up for everything, like the dumbest shit. And it's like, if the other dude answers like a question about something on an account,
yeah,
he'll like ask me the same question. And like the team email can see everything. So it's like, see email, what's it called? See response from so-and-so for your answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But he's like one of them motherfuckers. And it's like, you got them. Then you got like the real pushy type who are just like, I need this now, ASAP, now. And it's just like, no, you don't.
Yeah, you can wait.
You're going to wait. You'll get it when we give it to you. You know what I'm saying? And same thing the other night, another motherfucker was like, I need access to this report and this report, please. And like, we thought that was over. 5 minutes later, he sends another one. He's like, oh, I also need access to this one. And then he sends another email and he's like, I need access to this one, another one. And he sends like 10 fucking emails. Yeah. Like, and like there were no content in the emails. So you just kept putting that in the title. Like, I need access to this report, this report, this report. And it's just like, dog, what? Like, just because you did that, just because you want to play like that, we ain't responding to this shit. No one is.
Ain't nobody getting no reports.
Like, nah, fuck that. You want to be a little bitch about it. Like, yeah. So I've just been trying to work around dealing with annoying people now, even though it's a lot easier when it's not in person.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, don't respond.
I think that's the main thing, is just like trying to figure out how to work around it, because like back in the day, like I didn't know how to do that. I would just tell people to fuck off. I'm like, yo, like leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Like, why are you asking me to do this shit when you have... I hate when people ask me to do something when either one, they're highly capable of doing it, or... You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm busy doing something.
Yeah.
It's like, if you need help, ask me for help. But don't try to get me to do something that you don't want to do.
Exactly.
That's like the most annoying shit, is just like getting passed off tasks from other people who are too fucking lazy to do the
thing I hate most about that is they think they're like smart.
Yeah.
Well, what they're doing is just like, oh yeah, maybe I can trick him into doing this shit for me.
And I hate to say it, is like most of the time, like when you work with women, it's like that. Like women will fucking... like try to bat their eyes and think that I'm like, nope, that shit ain't gonna work on me. You could be the prettiest woman in this building, and I'll be like, oh, go ahead, pick up that box.
Do this for me? Nah, at the warehouse I used to work up in Austin, what would piss me off was like I was in the back of the house in the shipping and receiving section, and they would call me all the way to the front. Mind you, there's like 4 other able-bodied men who work up front too.
Yeah.
They would literally call me over the intercom and be like, hey, Mike, can you come to the front? And he'd be like, yeah, he just needs someone to walk that box to his car. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
And it's like, really? And I'm like, I'm looking around. And I see like 3 dudes at the fucking front counter not doing shit. And I'm just like, yo, really?
Like, y'all got all these people up here.
Like, yeah, they ain't doing shit. They talking.
Y'all taking me away from doing my job efficiently to do some shit that y'all can do when y'all just sitting there talking.
That shit used to piss me the fuck off back in the day.
Yeah. That's like the worst. And it's just like sometimes like I don't even want to respond to people. Like when they come up and they ask me questions like that, I just like look at them and I just walk away.
That's where it led to. Like I would just like walk. I'd be like, I just like look at them. Like, can you help him with that box? And I'll be like, I don't know. I got something I got to do.
Or when they request some shit, like they'll be like, no paper towels in the bathroom. I'm like, hey DJ, there's no paper towels in the bathroom. And I'm like, oh damn, I didn't. Does it say janitor on here?
Oh, that's crazy. No paper towels.
I don't see custodian on here. It's not my fucking job.
It's almost like anybody can refill those.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
Well, they're under the sink. Oh, well, I know.
Yeah, I know.
But, I didn't use them all, so.
Guess you better go look under the sink.
Yeah, it's just shit like that.
Oh man, yeah, it sucks. But moving on, you know what else sucks? Taking L's on sneaker apps, man. And we've talked about this forever, but I figure we got to just like start like fiddling some more time in on this podcast to talk some more sneakers, because I mean, we both like our sneaks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not as much as you. Like, I don't have as many as you.
I only got a few.
You've been on a run recently, but it's still just like, I don't know, man.
I only got a few.
Light flex right here. This fucking guy. Light fucking flex. This guy fucks around and accidentally hits on sneakers. Meanwhile, like, I try my hardest.
That's very rare, though.
I catch an L.
It's rare that I hit. And it sucks because I follow, like, all these things and I get notifications. And even though I get to it early, like, I still... So the thing that pisses me off about sneakers, right, is I get the notification from, like, the apps that I follow. They're like, hey, sneakers is about to drop this in, like, you know, however many minutes. And I'll go to sneakers app and like get ready for when like the link pops up, or like whenever like you can click to purchase it. Mm-hmm. And on my other phone that I have, the notification will pop up like 20-30 minutes later, and it's like, oh, releasing on sneakers. It's like, it already released. Like, you sending me these push notifications after the fact that all the bots done bought up the shit, and then it's on like shit that, so like those acid wash dunks. Yeah. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Like, I wanted the yellow ones. I don't really like the other ones, but like, I put my name in the hat for all three. The black and yellow ones, the orange and blue. I think orange and blue, right? Mm-hmm. And then the chocolate dunks. And I was just like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna hit, so it is what it is. And you know, sure enough, I ain't hit. But the thing about that is just, it's so fucking annoying. Like, all these people with bots, and they just go out and like buy all these sneakers, and like they got this, you know, stock of sneakers that they don't even fucking sell. They're sitting there reselling shoes that are, you know, $100, you know, a pair for like fucking $400 or $500.
Hey.
It's like, come on, bro.
Hey, someone's trying to hit licks, bro.
Yeah, I get it. Like, it's a business to y'all niggas, but at the same time, it's just like for the people that actually do, you know, like the sneakers or just like, you know, different shit, it makes it hard for people like that to enjoy, because I'm for sure not fucking paying resale prices.
No, that was the thing with the dunks last week that I really wanted. They ran $120 retail. You can't find them anywhere for less than $250 now. You know what I'm saying, on the resale value on the motherfuckers. But it's just like, I don't know. It's so dumb, and like, I don't know. We've spent time on here. I've shit on resellers all the time, but it's like that's what ended up happening for me. That's how I ended up getting those questions, and now like I'm sitting on a pair of questions that I can't sell right now because there actually is a lot of fucking inventory on them. Yeah. And so like even the people who list them on StockX, they're like asking $300 for them, but like I think their highest bid they've gotten is only $50 right now. Yeah. So it's like they got to wait for the inventory to sell out everywhere before people are desperate enough to even attempt to even try and purchase the shoes.
Should I get it on stock?
And it's like me, I'm just like, I actually like the shoes. Yeah. And it's like every time I take them out the box, I'm like, I'm contemplating wearing them, and I'm just like, fuck, I just got to chill on these, but it's like, fuck, you know how many outfits I can get off with these motherfuckers? Like, but same thing, like, that basically came about of me just taking an L on sneakers and just like, fuck it, I guess I'll get these. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But even still, like, just looking at the market on everything now, every shoe that's dropped since last week, if you check on sneakers on like StockX or eBay or whatnot, those always go eBay first and StockX, and just see what's out there, like the pricing, like you get a gauge of how much more they're gonna hike the motherfuckers up. Yeah. And it's so annoying, man.
So yeah, and then on top of that too, it's like anytime you do get, like, I've ordered a couple of pairs from StockX, and they take fucking forever to get there because they got to go through authentication?
Yeah, authentication.
See, I can't even talk.
Authentication.
This IPA is getting to me. Yeah. Nah. But yeah, they got to pass all that shit, and then a lot of the times, like for the 2 or 3 pairs that I've tried for on there, 2 times, they didn't pass.
Damn.
And so I had to find something else, and I'm just like, so that's why I've only gotten like 2 pairs from there.
Yeah, I've sold a pair, and I bought 1 pair of shoes from StockX, and I think they both took about the same. The sell was faster, definitely. I think I got my money a lot pretty quick. I want to say it was almost like probably about a week. But the purchase was the one that took like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, it should take forever.
Almost 3 for the motherfuckers to come in. And
speaking of things that take forever to get here, so I just received my Yeezy Gap hoodie.
Oh shit!
And that motherfucker is like a crop top hoodie. That shit is crazy. It fits good. It's a large. It's my size, but it's my size from like the waist up. The arms fit amazing and everything, but then like you put it on and you raise your hands and that bitch is just crop top.
So large from the shoulders to the midsection, and right when you get to the midsection, it's a small.
So I'm assuming Kanye didn't design these for niggas with long bodies, because my torso, I got a decent sized torso, and yeah. So, but the thing that sucks about it is it's so comfortable. Like you try this on, like it feels like a weighted blanket almost.
Yeah, it's
like this thick material, and it's like you can tell it's like a quality material. But it's not long enough, and it breaks my heart.
Hopefully you get some more good weather to get that bitch off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because we got that bipolar weather. It was fucking 90 degrees yesterday, and now it's all fucking 30 right now.
I feel like that's gonna be like a movie hoodie.
Yeah. It's like, oh, let me grab my hoodie real quick.
Let me grab my movie hoodie.
Are we going to the movies?
I just gotta wear a long shirt with it, so my belly button's not showing.
This guy.
that shit, man. I was like, I put it on. I was excited too. I took that shit out the box. It comes in like the pack. Like you know how like the Yeezys, like inside the box. Sometimes when it comes with laces, it comes in like that little pouch. It came in a pouch like that, and I was like, oh shit. And then I took it out and I like held it up and I was like, wait a minute. Let me try this on. Tried it on. Got this goddamn crop top hoodie.
Give it to you see what your girl looks like with it on?
It'll probably be bigger showing. I mean, it'll fit like lengthwise, but
because I got shit like because that happened with me one time. Like I bought a hoodie that it was like stupid tight on me, and I hated it. It was a cotton on hoodie, so the fitting's weird. And I just tossed it to my girl, and that shit like it's like perfect on her, and I'm just like, God damn it.
See, I told her about this one. She's like, well, how much you pay for it? I was like, don't worry about it.
Babe, it's not about the price. It's about how it fits.
Just wear the goddamn hoodie. Just wear the goddamn hoodie. Man, but nah, like sneakers, I've always been a big sneaker person. It's just like I've never been in a position to afford sneakers. And then now I'm in that position.
Yeah, same thing.
But I can't get the shit that I want, and it sucks. I don't have no plugs. I wish I knew. And then like people refer me to things and people show me things, but I don't have like legit. You know what fucked me up is back in the day whenever they had the Air Yeezys, nigga, I saved up. I saved my money. Like no bullshit. I saved my money for at least like 2 pairs, and I wanted the Red Octobers. And then it was either like the Zen or like the Wolf Gray or like the Platinums. It was like 2 or 3 pairs. And I had a chance to get the Red Octobers. And the guy that I was going through to get them for, he fucked me.
God damn.
He fucked me. If somebody offered him more money, and I had already talked to him, he offered to do more money. And the nigga's like, sorry, man.
Were they real?
Yeah. Oh. It was legit. But yeah, he sold the motherfucking... the Air Yeezys. Man, I was hurt because
I'd be hurt too, man. That's the Red Octobers, bro. That's a
you know how much the motherfuckers are worth now?
Like 7,000?
No.
It's more?
Let's take a gander, my friend.
Man, we're going over to StockX, cesspool of America.
We're going to StockX. I know I know the price, but I want to show you the price because you're gonna be like, oh shit.
I saw like man, what was I looking at? It was like this article about like Yeezy's Adidas line, like the Turtle Doves, them motherfuckers go for like $1,500 to $2,000 now. They don't even look that dope in my opinion. And I'm still just like, I don't know. I just never fucked with the OG, like the OG Turtle Doves, the first pair.
I
don't fuck with them.
I like a turtle.
I'm just like, like the 350 better.
Or the pirate black ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those.
It's just, it's crazy.
So for my size,
what are we looking at? What are we looking at?
$21,000.
Woo!
And if you have a size 9.5 which a homie of mine does, $55,000.
God damn.
So I mean, you know what though, like even if I had the Air Yeezys and they were that price, I wouldn't sell them. I wouldn't resell them.
The only thing more coveted than that has to be the Air Mag.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
But these are the ones I wanted. And Jarvis has those. Yeah. I was like, damn, nigga.
It's just stunning.
Hurt my soul. If I ever come up on $9,000, you know, and I could just throw $9,000 away.
Did he
like
get them for retail or did he buy them?
Yeah, he got them for retail.
Lucky bastard.
But yeah, now I had a chance to get, you know, a couple of pairs of retail, but just, man, got fucked. And then another pair that I wanted, for me, it wasn't like, I'm not like a fucking hype beast. Like, I wanted them because I genuinely liked the shoe. And so the 750s, I always wanted a pair of those, and I had an opportunity to get the 750, the triple black ones, for retail is $350, and now they're about like $1,100.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was at that time, man. When the Turtle Doves and 750s came out, that was when we were just looking at them like, oh man, he left Nike for this, and it's just like it's crazy how like the perception has changed on it now that the line is like off and running. Yeah. And there's like all these options to it. Now those are like the holy grails of the Yeezy line. And it's just like, that's fucking crazy, man.
And it sucks because like those 750s, the only reason I didn't get them is because I was out of town. I was in Vegas at the time. And they were like, well, if you don't come get them now, like, and it was like direct from somebody that worked from Adidas. I was like, fuck, man.
If I don't come get them now, what, bitch?
Man, see, that sucks. I hope, like, if I ever get to a point where I could just, like, drop stupid amounts of money on, like, I definitely, those are, like, I guess you could say, like, my grail pair. Like, the ones I would want. And, I mean, I would still wear them. I'm not finna keep the motherfuckers in a case so the soles can, you know, crack up and all that bullshit.
A Boost? You think a Boost sole would deteriorate? I don't think it would.
No, I don't think about. But the Air Yeezy.
Yeah, that would because Nike.
That would because it's Nike. Like DJ Khaled, his shit's blew out.
Just crumble.
Yeezy came to visit. He was like, I got to put these Yeezys on, and next thing you know, the motherfuckers blew out.
Those are the ones I always wanted to.
You know what's crazy though is I know there's resellers that are just sitting on pairs.
Oh, there have to be.
Because nobody wants to fucking buy them. Just sell them for, you know. I'll buy it for a G.
Were those ever in stores? Any of those? The Nike Yeezys? I don't think they ever were.
No, I think they dropped in like certain stores.
Okay. That's all.
So it was only like bigger cities like New York, Houston, shit like that. But for like San Antonio, because we never get shit out here. Man.
Well, we got one of those yay projections right before Yeezus dropped in North Star Mall.
No, but did we?
Yeah. That was one of the site locations.
But it never popped up.
It didn't?
I don't think so because I think
sworn people went.
I think that night me, Baker, and somebody else went out trying to like look for it and find it.
Damn.
We didn't find it because I remember when they started, he was doing that shit. I mean, I could be wrong.
I could have sworn I saw people like posting it on like Twitter and shit.
See, I gotta dig into the archives and see. Good old YouTube. I know somebody probably posted it.
That's crazy. Look at that old ass Fiat.
But yeah, man. So like with sneakers, I'm definitely a fan. You know what? I went to go buy some shoes today. I went to the mall to go buy some shoes today, and I went to Foot Locker, and I seen a pair, and I was like, okay, like those are cool. Like I'll go ahead and grab those. And I was waiting, and the lady at Foot Locker was so fucking rude.
Was it at Rolling Oaks?
No, it was at North Star.
Okay.
I was like, you know, I'll pass. I'll definitely, and I actually wanted the pair. Like the pair was a dope pair, and I guarantee if it wasn't cold outside and it was busier, the motherfuckers would be sold out.
Yeah.
But the lady was just so fucking rude.
So, because I went to Rolling Oaks recently, and once again, I'll say this. I don't know how the fuck that place is still open.
The cookie spot, I'm telling you.
There was nothing in that motherfucker. Everything's closing. It's like, why am I here? And I feel so bad because everybody who works there has that same look on their face of like, why am I here? You know what I'm saying? But like, I like walked into Foot Locker over there and just browsed around. There was nothing for me.
Oh yeah, nah. You got to go to. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna say that on pod.
Oh yeah, don't do that. One, also, it wouldn't matter for me because I wear a 14, so no one has my size. It's very rare for them to have my size and it not be like an on sale shoe or them ugly ass LeBron soldiers at Nike.
Yo,
something like that.
The motherfuckers are so ugly.
Fucking hate those shoes. Every time I see them, I'm just like, oh man, a 14. Oh man,
man,
it's fucking ugly.
You know what pisses me off? Like whenever like they have these raffles for like, because they do it here too. And I was talking to a homie about this, and he was saying that like when he used to work at whatever, like all they would do is just like all their friends would enter the raffle, and they would just pick their friends.
Yeah, bitches.
And I'm like, and so I did a raffle for the first time the other day for this pair I wanted, and the dude was like, yeah, well, you know, just fill it out, and then we'll call y'all around like 8 or 9. Mind you, when I put my name in the box, nigga, there was like 4 names in the box. There wasn't none in the box, so they didn't call me. So I was, sure enough, I showed up the next day, and they still had some of the names in the box, and so I left, and then I called, and she was like, oh, yeah, well, tomorrow we're gonna do a re-raffle, so we'll call all the people that are left in the thing around 8 or 9 o'clock. Nigga, there are 3 fucking names in there. She was like, well, yeah, it's for like the people that didn't come and pick up there. I'm like, yo, but I'm like, y'all gave it to all y'all homies, whatever. Like, y'all, whatever. I don't know. I hate that shit. Like, I don't.
They run it.
They do. They're the fucking gatekeepers.
It's a monopoly.
To dope kicks. They probably sell them to their friends that own these boutiques and shops and shit.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And then they get their bread.
True North.
On top of their regular pay.
Did I say that out loud? I just sneezed it. Nobody could decipher what I said. True North.
Oh.
Yeah, anyways.
Shit.
When people do that shit, it makes me want to massacre those motherfuckers.
It sucks, man, because you fucking up. I mean, whatever. I don't know. I don't got nothing else to say about it because it's going to put me in a mood, and I'm just going to be mad about all the L's I took this morning.
I will say this. Of course, over this last week, this is like the first time in a while where I was actually like a little disappointed on the L's because it actually had a bunch of shoes that I was like, damn.
Yeah, like
I really want those. You know what I'm saying? Even if some of them had I wanted them for resale. It doesn't matter. It's just I would actually felt some type of way this week when I caught L's. I was just like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I had the paper. I was ready too. Fuck.
It's funny. I typically go for like the Yeezys that I know nobody else is gonna want, and I hit on them.
Did you go for those black ones with the blue stripe?
I think that's next week.
Is that the 28th?
Yeah.
All right.
So still got some time.
I don't know. I don't like them when
there's a lot of hype around them though.
Yeah.
So people are gonna want those. One pair I was surprised. I don't know if I talked about this last pod, but it was the Racer Blue, the Jordan 5s, and surprisingly, like seeing those in person, like I like those a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, should I cop?" But I just ended up not getting them.
Racers. I wanted the Jordan 3s too. They came out, the Cardinal Reds.
Yeah, dog. Okay, so same thing. Those. I'm early. I am fucking early, and do this shit. Whatever. It's like you didn't get accepted. Blah blah blah. Or your submission didn't get selected.
Sorry.
And then I'm getting links from the Twitter thing that I follow, and it's like, oh, a few pairs like left up on here, a few pairs on here, and it's like all these like other like people, these resellers that are selling them, and they have the sizes, but they're selling them for like fucking like StockX prices. Yeah. I'm just like, all right, whatever, man. It's like I'm not shooting my shot with this shit no more. So, yeah, it's a hard road out here
it's hard out here for a sneaker pimp, you know,
for people that actually like sneakers, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so moving forward. Oh, nigga, I seen what you was trying to do with that shit.
Yeah. I tried to play it off. I didn't want to like shout out like thanks for stepping on the transition, but anyways, when I take an L, it makes me want to massacre a motherfucker. Honestly, something kind of like what Leatherface did in this new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that came out on Netflix. Did you get a chance to watch that?
Yes.
I set that shit up perfect, too.
Did, and
Here comes Oblivious Chaku.
And I just fucking stepped all over it.
Yeah, well, my shoes. And I was like, God damn it. Dude. Anyways.
That was a good one.
Yeah, me and my girl watched it on Saturday night or whatnot. You want to do spoilers or what?
Yeah, let's spoil the fuck out this.
Okay, here's my thing. Especially nowadays when you got people like Jordan Peele or whatnot, I can't stand horror movies that are built off of dumb decisions by characters. Mm-hmm. Like there's nothing that annoys me more, but I get it. The slasher genre was created off of people making dumb decisions. But in my mind, it just feels lazy to me that you can't make a movie with competent characters in it and still getting killed, because that makes it scarier to me if the characters are actually competent in making good decisions. And it's like, that's not what happens in this. Like,
definitely not.
It's just a bunch of dumb decisions after another.
It's like who raised these to become who raised these people to become adults?
Oh my God. Just the amount of stupidity going on. The worst part to me was when the survivor of the original one had Leatherface. She had the drop on this nigga in his room.
Yeah, she was like, what'd she say? She's like, say my name.
Say my friend's names. Like,
bitch,
what?
You ain't
Shoot this motherfucker. Like, what are you doing? Stop playing.
Do you remember me? Like, nah, this nigga don't remember you because he's murdered tons of people. Like, just kill this motherfucker
he's
right
wearing
here.
his mom's face right now, bitch. He don't fucking remember you or your friends. Like, what are you talking about?
What if he was like, bitch, that was 50 years ago. I changed.
Like, Jesus.
Man, that movie, and like you said too,
Dennis Rodman just lifted a man up over a car and threw him into a passing by bus.
Yeah, this movie is rowdy. But nah, like that's my thing too with like horror films is, having competent characters that are like, hey, that's not smart.
Yeah.
But the thing that I find dope about like a good scary movie is like those characters being smart and going, the way that they go and choose that route. But the killer finds some way, and they find some way to like make this shit creative.
Yeah. So
that the killer could get to them and kill them.
Yeah.
Eventually. Right? But just with like this, like let's go in this creepy, like, or when the funniest part of that whole shit is when she was trying to sneak out the house. And she's like sliding down a banister, and then she like lands on the stairs, and then the camera pans up, and that big motherfucker's just standing there like looking at her, and then he just fucking throws a sledgehammer at her and like and knocks her like fucking 10, 15 feet back. Like that shit was hilarious. And then she's like under the house, like trying to. Okay, mind you, if you're under the house and you're trying to get away, you have time before this nigga starts up the chainsaw to start digging that shit into the floor to try to get you, and you see the grate. Nigga, go for the grate. She was like taking so much fucking time. And another thing that annoys me about shit like that is like whenever it's a scene and like they're supposed to be quiet, and it's like real quiet in the house, and like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yo, shut the fuck up.
Or like when they're crying in the cutscene.
Yeah.
Like he can hear you. If I'm hiding from somebody who's coming to try and fucking find me and kill me, nigga, I'm sitting there quiet as shit. I'm not moving. I will not even fart. Like that shit is wild to me. Like I get it, but then what? Yo, I'm sorry y'all that are listening, but this movie playing behind us with the sound off just gets more and more ridiculous as we go. This nigga just kicked his shoes off, has a switchblade between his toes, and is trying to chop Jean-Claude Van Damme up.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, my God.
I forgot all about this shit, man.
If y'all haven't seen Double Team? Watch this shit on Netflix if you want a good laugh. They about to kiss. Is that Shank's song?
Nah, it's not him. That was racist. You think all Asian people look alike?
Ah, damn. I'm sorry.
I'm just fucking with you.
But just what were we talking about?
There's that shitty ass Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, okay. Anyways, so what I was getting to with that is I hate the fact now that like there's a lot of shit that's being produced on Netflix and it looks very student filmy. And the reason I say that is because it's just the shots and like how everything's put together, just how the whole film was directed. It's just fucking. It's not.
I was gonna say it was very low budget, but it looked good because their budget basically called for a ghost town. So the set was really just like an old Wild West set, essentially. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like all we got to pay for is the blood and the gore.
Well, see, look, the cinematography was great, but the selection of shots and how it was filmed was fucking horrible.
Yeah,
it's like some of the scenes, like the camera movements. I'm like getting real technical about it, but it's just like shit like that pisses me off too. I feel like if you're an experienced filmmaker and you know, like from your previous films, like, okay, like let me get away. Even like when you made student films, it's like when you make a student film, it's like you know what a student film looks like or how it feels, and you want to get away from that because you want your projects to be more cinematic or, you know, whatever you're trying to go for, like creatively. But if your creative decision is to make your shit look like a student film, like, because I have motherfuckers that I went to school with that they make films still, and they still look like student films from whenever we fucking first started. Like, it's very amateur.
Yeah.
Very fucking amateur. I feel like if you are getting a budget, and this is just my opinion, if you're getting a budget, especially from like Netflix, like, nigga, I'm making that shit look crazy.
And it's like that budget obviously didn't go to actors because, I mean, it was a bunch
and that's what I'm saying,
bunch of nobodies, man.
I'm like, I don't know.
Bunch of nobodies.
Did you like it, though?
Nah, not really.
Nah, I hated it. And everybody on the bus.
That was...
And, like, I hate how...
Perfect example of people doing stupid shit. As, like, he's sawing people up. Nobody decided to slide by him and run to the exit. Everyone just stood there screaming, pounding on the windows.
Or not even that. Like, after the first nigga got sliced up, like, all of y'all jump on him.
That too.
There's like 10 of y'all.
Yeah, that too. You know what I'm saying? It's classic slasher movie tropes, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the fact that they were so heavy-handed into them that annoyed me. That I was just like, oh my God, this movie, everyone's making dumb decisions. Like, even in the end, like, I knew it was coming. Yeah. Because they're the rule of being too carefree in a danger zone, and it's like y'all didn't see this nigga die. Why are y'all chilling?
Yeah.
Why are y'all chilling in the Tesla?
And why'd y'all put it on autopilot?
Yeah, start that motherfucker up. Like, what are you doing?
It was driving off so slow.
Yeah.
You know how like roller coasters start?
This nigga could have easily just ran after the car and killed the other girl too. But no, we gotta have a sequel. So she just gets to ride off on autopilot, which is fucking dumb.
While she's like head popped out the sunroof.
Jesus. No. But that was funny as shit, man. He just snatched that bitch up and just sawed her head off at the end.
Like, chop.
Like, what girl jumped, I was like, you didn't see that coming, really? Like, come on. You didn't see him die. You saw them hit him with the chainsaw and then they shot him and then he falls in a pool of water. That's the easiest way to let you know that someone's not dead. Like, you got to see the life leave their body.
And then the whole time, too, I was like, shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the face.
Nope.
Shoot him in the face.
Nope. Nobody does that.
Just body shots.
Motherfucker goes and gets the M16 and don't even know how to work it. Yeah, it's just like so many bad decisions on top of each other that just like led me to check out on the film even towards the end. But, you know.
And then when the survivor from the old joint, when she got chainsawed,
yeah, saw that
he put her in the air.
And she still live.
And then he revved it up inside her body, like sawed up her insides, and then threw her in a trash pile. And then somehow miraculously, like she just fucking got a couple of shots off and was like, oh, don't, and then died. Like this.
I wonder if she's acted since 1972 or whatever the original one came out.
Obviously, she hasn't.
I would hope not. You know what I'm saying? But
she's like, all right, I'll do your Netflix movie.
I'll do a Netflix movie. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know what? From the previews, I thought it was gonna be a little bit better than what was.
Yeah,
what it was.
Me too. I'll say this: I still stand by it. I think the that remake they made in like 2003 with Jessica Biel. I still think that was a really good one. It was super gory, and then
I have
they
to
did
go back and watch that one. I don't remember that one too much.
And then a few years after that, they did one called Beginning, which was basically a prequel to the remake that they made. And that one was pretty dope too. But yeah, on this level, this one It's trash. Big trash, man.
I mean, if you really want to waste some time and just be mad at the end of a movie, then go ahead and watch it.
It's on the level of the that last Michael Myers movie that came out, the Halloween Kills movie.
Oh, see, I ain't see that one.
Oh man, you want to talk about garbage, like, and bad decisions, bro. Like, they made this nigga off like he was like God or something like that. Like, I shit you not, he kills a whole town in like 5 seconds. Like, a whole town. Like, I shit you not. Like, you know how we always say, like, gang up on him?
Yeah.
The town did that.
And still got the ass whooped.
And they had him dead to rights. And then this nigga's super combo meter just goes off, and he wipes out the whole town in like 5 seconds.
That nigga's like 250 and 0.
Yeah, like he just gets a super combo out of nowhere, and he just goes off with everything. And it's just like, what? Like, this is what we're going with? And it's on those levels, man. Like, it's like, I get it. These killers they're killers, but it's just like, if there's something else than a killer, let us know. Because it's just a man in a mask.
That was kind of my gripe with Scream.
Yeah.
Right? Because it wasn't a bad film, but there were parts I was like, we're in a time now where people are so desensitized to shit. Like, make it a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
You can't have a bitch getting stabbed like 8 or 9 times and then she like is out the hospital like 5-6 hours later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She should have got poked up a couple of times, and then the nigga should have ran off, and then she should have been in the hospital, and she's still recovering from it. But she got stabbed in the fucking hand.
Yeah.
And then she's like running around in the movie like doing all kinds of shit. I'm like, yo, if I got stabbed in the hand, I get a hangnail, and I'm like, You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
when it comes to that, one movie that I love this movie, but I can't take my mind off of it is Die Hard. Because he's running around in the whole movie with no shoes. And there's like a part where like he steps on glass and his feet get like severely fucked up in the whole movie. Like, now whenever I watch it around Christmas time, because it is a Christmas movie, I don't care what anyone says, I'm always just like, how come this nigga couldn't find no shoes? Like, it annoys me to a point where I'm just like, all right, I gotta stop watching this.
Had some shoes in there
put some
somewhere.
fucking shoes on, dog. But yeah, so if y'all want to waste some time, go ahead and watch that Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I wouldn't recommend it. You can skip it. It's
I say it's a skipper for sure.
Yeah. If you like slasher movies, then go ahead, knock yourself out. But the point of the show that I've been waiting to get to, Music fucking Corner.
Music Corner, baby.
And this is a special one. This is actually gonna be like a 3-part Music Corner, because until this the series ends, I figured we can just talk about it at the end of every podcast. But
and today we are gonna get into Music Corner. We are going to discuss the Baby Gap hoodie designing fucking music mogul weird boot wearing,
I can't stand them fucking boots,
contact wearing Kanye West.
Yay.
I was gonna give it more, but I was feeling
Genius Doc. It dropped. Sorry, if you're listening to this right now, part 2, episode 2 is probably already out, but we're only gonna be talking about episode 1 today. Chalk.
And there's no such thing as spoilers, because you've been seeing this nigga like for the past fucking I don't know how many years.
20. Damn. It's 20 now, yeah. Because the doc starts in 2002.
That's wild.
That's crazy. Here's what I'll say. Off rip. I'll say this. It's great to see where all the footage for the Through the Wire video came from. Mm-hmm. Because I actually watched the Through the Wire video recently, and I was just like, damn, all this shit was in the documentary. Yep. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm just like, fuck, I completely forgot about that shit. So it's great to see who's the person behind all that footage. But it's man, it's crazy. It's like a time machine, dog. Like, going back in 20 years ago, and it's like him like going through the shit of leaving Chicago. Yeah. Because he had niggas who were hating on him in his own city, which is fucking so ironic. And going to New York and like getting like the blow up and shit like that. Even though like I had seen you see it at the end of the Through the Wire video, but like watching the uncut footage of him getting his Rockefeller chain was just, it was still dope. And then the whole thing him trying to get on it at MTV2 for the You Hear It First thing. Yeah. Dog, I remember seeing those things all the fucking time, because at that time the cable service we had was called Paragon, and they got bought out by Time Warner. So they made us upgrade our box to Time Warner, and when we got that shit, it came with MTV2. And I remember they would always do that shit. Like, and I forgot the host, the black guy on that they showed. I forgot his fucking name, but I remembered him. Like, as soon as I saw him, I was like, I know this motherfucker. And then it was just like, oh shit. He hosted Direct Effects and all this on all the rap shit on MTV2 back in the day. And it's like, I completely forgot about that shit, dog.
But man, so the crazy thing about like this whole joint was it hit a little close to home, you know? Like the beginning stages, because like back when I first started doing music and shit, it's like nobody really fucking takes you serious. Yeah. And so you have zero support, from anybody around you unless they're like in there in the fucking trenches with you, like doing the shit. And so like Cootie was saying, it's just like watching how everybody fucking like played Kanye and was like didn't think that he can do this shit, but then you have a couple of other people that were like deep in it and seeing what the fuck was going on. It's like they were vouching for this nigga. Yeah. And it's just crazy. Like when he was going through the office and he was playing All Falls Down for everybody and niggas was on their phone. And
it was one girl who was feeling it, but then it's like right after she was feeling it, somebody walked in and she had to get back to business or something like that. It's
like cut off the camera and like all that. But it's crazy because like when you look at his face, like when he's like performing and like doing a song, it's like I could tell what he was feeling in that moment, because I've been in that same position where you show people your music and people are just kind of like, oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah. And then it just kind of like shrug you off, like they just listen to it and then want you to leave. And so like, you're in that zone and like you're all about it. And the one thing that stood out to me is when he played it in that last person's office and those people came in there and then he just was like kind of disappointed. Yeah. And he started like touching random shit on the wall. It's just like because we kind of.
Yeah, it was like a painfully awkward thing when you watch it and you're just like, damn, I felt this before. It's crazy. I actually feel that way about the pod sometimes. Like I'm just like, but that's my whole mentality of like, don't ask to be on the pod if you've never listened to an episode. Yeah. Which when we first dropped, there were a bunch of people who were like, oh, can I come on? And it's just like, have you heard us? Yeah, have you They're like, no, I haven't listened to you yet. And it's like, so why the fuck would I let you on? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dumb. Like, you don't support. But I feel like that goes the same way with like, not just on music, but it's just like anything a personal friend does, like business wise. Yeah, business wise. Like if you start your own business, you see the memes all the time where it's like niggas they'll like it when you post like you got your own job, like you'll get 1 million likes, but it's like as soon as you say you're starting your own business, like nobody's gonna like the picture or some shit like that. And it's like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like some hating ass shit deep down, or
I feel like that's probably
or people just hoping you fail or whatnot. But it's just like everyone's like that when it comes to anything of you pursuing something.
But then it's that too. It's like there was a thing that I seen and it was like a client will become a friend sooner than a friend will become a client. And I was just like, damn. Like, some real shit. Yeah, some real shit, because there's people that I barely like know, and as far as like doing the DJ shit, like they fucking ride for me. Yeah. Like they, say, hey, Chalk, we got this going on, we got that. And like they fucking like, they'll stick their neck out. Whereas like I have some people I've known for years and they're just like, oh, hey, what's up, man? How you been? Yeah. Even if they doing like some amazing shit and they get some like amazing opportunities, I'm not asking nobody to put me on no shit. Like I work for what I get, but it's just like, I know if I was in a position to put anybody on for anything, like I would definitely help them out. Yeah. Especially if I fucked with you like that. But I have complete strangers that are like, yo, like, let me get you here. Let me get you here. Like, we really fuck with everything you're doing.
When that's all it is, like, everyone wants to talk about how can we build like generational wealth and help each other up, help my brother's keeper. But it's just like, all you got to do is not be a gatekeeper. Yeah. Like an unintentional gatekeeper by just not fucking with us.
And I feel like that's my position now, because I'm not a gatekeeper, but it's just like I have, younger DJs that I know, and like they're, starting to do their thing, and it's just like nobody's really guiding them in the right direction. Yeah. Really helping them out. And I'm not going to say like I'm the most, I'm not the best DJ in San Antonio or no shit like that. Like I can give you tips and pointers that nobody gave me, before when, you know, I started. So that way you can navigate this shit better. So that way you're not getting fucked over. And that way you're not fucking other DJs over by, you know, lowballing yourself or, you know, doing all that. Because a lot of the times it's like some venues don't care. They'll try to lowball you and pay you, you know, some bullshit. And there's another guy out there that's like, you know, highly capable of, you know, doing shit, knows how to mix. But they'll hire the nigga that doesn't know how to mix or do anything. They just playing songs because it's cheaper. Yeah. And maybe they have a bigger following on TikTok or some shit like that. So
no skill in it.
Yeah. So just a lot of the people that, you know, ask me for help and, you know, chop it up with me, you know, I try to help them out and, like, you know, put them on the gigs and shit like that. Because, I mean, you know, there's money to be made for everybody.
Yeah.
And I can't do this shit forever. So I'd rather, you know, help somebody out and you know, teach them something that they can, you know, benefit from.
Yeah.
I'm not finna fucking, like, you know, keep the... I mean, there are some secrets, right? When it comes to, like, because how you do your thing, there's going to be some secrets, of course. But...
It's like you're not giving them the all access book. You're just lending a helping hand, and that's the thing. Like
help motherfuckers out, right? Because I know how it feels. I know how it feels to be in that position where you're asking people for help, or you're asking. And it's funny too, is because, well, how come you ask? It's like I do ask for help. I ask for, you know, like y'all's, you know, critique or like whatever on certain things. I send y'all mixes and music, and y'all just like, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Like, that's not helping me.
Yeah, it's dope,
like,
man. Cool.
To be a yes man, I really appreciate the people that tell me, like, hey, you know, this or suggestions, like, maybe you should try this, maybe you should try that, but not just to be like, you know, oh, everything you're doing is great.
Yeah,
that doesn't help me. So,
yeah, it's kind of like in line with what he was, what Ye was saying in that in the Genius doc on, like, one of those parts where he was, like, saying, like, there's a lot of entitled people out there who just want to hand it to him. Yeah. And it's like he's just out there working for it, but still motherfuckers, it's like they won't, like, motherfuckers won't fuck with him because, like, I guess it's like he works too hard for it or something in some scenes. Yeah. One of the things that stood out to me that I really liked, also, that scene with Scarface, that was dope as shit. Mm-hmm. Of him just, like, playing the, like, it's crazy to hear, like, those bare bones tracks that would eventually go on to become like these fucking songs that are ingrained in culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, of, like, he wanted Scarface to do the hook on Jesus Walks.
Yeah, that's
fucking crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
You got to think about, like, how many different versions of, like, songs Kanye has for, like, each one of his joints.
Yeah, it's like seeing that. And, like, him, like, passing on it. And then what did he say he was going to write to? I forgot. Because he played Jesus Walks, and then he played, Family Affair.
Oh, Family Business.
Yeah, Family Business.
And he wanted...
And I think he wanted a verse on Family Business, because he asked him, he was like, how many verses are on that? And he was like, it's just one, just me. If you can get on it if you want.
And then you hear the final version, it's all Kanye.
Yeah. But he ended up bouncing him a disc with all 3 of the beats on it. And it was just like, damn, that's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, just watching that, man, it motivated me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I got up, made a few beats and shit. I was like, man, I'm gonna be the next Ye.
Yay!
And then I got tired.
I'm gonna have my sneaker.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just crazy, man. Like, it goes to show, like, it's just like you can be the most talented and fucking hardworking person, but it's like not a lot of niggas out there to help you out, you know?
You gotta have, like, a circle. You gotta have people who believe. There has to be someone who believes in you, who helps you out and lends you the helping hand, man. It's the same thing. Like, it's like I said with the pod, man. It's like we got people. We'll drop an episode, and it's like I know I got over 100 followers. I know you got over 100 followers. Now imagine if all 100 of those followers actually shared the pod.
Yeah, like, put it out there
instead of just.
And some do, and
you know, giving a lot pity, like, or whatnot.
Yeah, some do. Like, I know there's a good handful of people that, like, actually share it. They bought merch, like, they fucking support it, and it's dope. And, like, I have people that, like, listen to, you know, almost every episode, and they'll like start talking to me about shit, and like, and I forget that I talk about it on the pod, and somebody will mention to it to me in person, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are they talking about? I'm like, oh, they're talking about the podcast. And so, I mean, that's just really cool. So everybody that, you know, listens and has been supporting so far, like, I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah.
But I don't mean no wrong. I'm just saying that's the unintentional gatekeeper attitude that people have of just like paying it no mind, keeping it moving or whatnot. Because then it's just like, it's kind of like the wait and see mentality. Like, oh, either it blows up. If it blows up, then we'll come out of the woodwork and be like, oh, man, we always rock with you. And it's like, why didn't you say so?
Yeah.
Or if it doesn't blow up, then it's just like, I'll just hate in the background like I was doing in the first place.
That too, I know, I have a feeling somewhere out there, somebody's mad that we're doing this podcast.
Oh, there's no feeling about it.
But I'm
pretty
sure somebody's upset. Like, man, fuck these niggas doing this podcast.
Oh, they dropped another episode.
This shit ain't even good.
Fuck them. I'm gonna hate listen to it.
But let me listen to this nigga. They don't even know what they talking about. They ain't even real sneakerheads.
Thanks for that one listen per week. I appreciate it. One or two. You know what I'm saying?
But nah, the Genius doc is definitely a good documentary to check out. If you're a musician or rapper
or just anybody who's chasing their dreams, trying to get something off the ground, it's definitely it's extremely motivating. Look at what it takes, and just also if you just like the history of it, like me, like I'm like so in love with that era. I mean, not even that era of music, but just like that particular point in time, because it's like it was when I was becoming a man. I was like, I just became a teenager. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, this is all the shit that influenced me back then.
Yeah.
And I'm like seeing the origins of it.
It's crazy to see like all the people that were in the room too.
Yeah.
And then like you see like the names of people, and then you tie it to like references and songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one in Big Brother, he's like, Colleen told me I could buy 2 tickets, and that was a chick that he showed All Falls Down to. And
I didn't know he said Colleen. I thought he said called in, told me I can buy 2 tickets.
Yeah, but she was like the whatever for Rock at the time.
Damn.
And so he said Colleen told me I could buy 2 tickets, and I was just like, I seen her name, and I just kept thinking about that. I was like, God damn. This was the bitch that told Kanye that he had to buy 2 tickets. He couldn't even get to the show for free.
That's fucking crazy.
He was producing beats for the fucking Blueprint.
Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, man.
So yeah. But then that too, like how big All Falls Down is.
Yeah.
And he was in there showing, you know, everybody the song is like.
That's this episode though, right? I'm pretty sure he goes into that. That should be dope as fuck. It's crazy to see a world where Kanye is not the center of it. You know what I'm saying?
Where Kanye is not Kanye.
Yeah.
And then even watching that, it's like Kanye was still Kanye then.
Exactly. I get what you said when you told me that. Because you could see it. Like, there was one, man, I forgot who he was. It was when he was on stage, and he went off about I'm the newest member of the Rockefeller team, and then he started talking his shit, and like Jay like went over to him to get the mic, and he was just like holding the mic, and he did the devious Kanye smile, like after he goes on a rant now, and I'm just like, holy shit. He's been the same. He never changed. Like, people say he changed. He's the same motherfucker he's always been.
Same dude. And he's fucking goofy.
Like, yeah.
That nigga riding the scooter around in his house. Like,
that was wild seeing Ye with braids though.
Yeah.
Like,
but he's always been the same. Like, even. But the thing that I really thought was like the coolest shit out of all this, and which I could see why it hurt him so bad, is when his mom passed, because like how supportive she was.
Yeah.
And like how like everything he did, she's like, oh, that's good, Kanye. Like, she was really rooting for this motherfucker, man. Like,
and it's what people said like when it happened, because that was, of course, if you tied back, that's when he started like acting like a wild boy and shit. But it's just like you could clearly see that was his stability in life, that held that shit together and kept it in check, with her like telling him all this stuff about like a giant doesn't look in the mirror and all that shit. Like, like all that shit. It all comes back around full circle, and it's like, oh yeah, you know what? After she did pass away, that's when he started just wilding the fuck out all the time. You know what I'm saying?
But it was crazy because even watching like before, so like that whole shit that went on with that other dude that was talking down on
Yeah, one of his mentors.
Like they showed up face to face. Like Kanye's about that action. Like, but it was crazy to see that shit because it's like, yo, Kanye is still Kanye. It's just like now people think it's crazy because he's more in the spotlight. I mean, he is a little fucking weird, but you know, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. I gotta see where the rest of this shit goes. I like the insight that we're getting from this shit.
It gives me like what was the Jay-Z documentary?
Fade to Black?
No. He had another one.
I don't remember that.
Was it like Rock? Was it? No, it wasn't Rock the Mic. Oh man, he had another one backstage. It was like following like a Def Jam tour around back in the day.
It's probably Rock the Mic.
And it was like him, Method Man, Redman. It had everybody on Def Jam in like the late 90s on it. But it's giving me the vibes like that. I mean, like I know Fade to Black was. I remember that and everything. Like, it's definitely got Fade to Black vibes. But there was like another one that came out. I think it was the Streets is Watch DVD or the Streets is Watches tour or something like that. But yeah, it throws them vibes out there. Just seeing like the behind the scenes. But it's just crazy to see like. It's like I said. It's just crazy to see a world where like Kanye is not established yet. Yeah. And it's like I completely forgot what that was like. And it's like if you can like put yourself back in that time or remember how it was, it's like. I remember Jay just like mention him a few times and be like on the Guess Who's Back, Chicago, you got your own Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who is that?
Yeah.
It's Kanye West. And the next thing you know, you're reading the fucking producer credits on albums prior and it's like Kanye West, K West, what the fuck?
So I'm gonna ask you a question. Because I know a lot of people like when they see or hear Kanye, like his name, they're like, oh, that guy, he's a jackass.
Yeah.
Right? But I wonder if they watch this, would they still have that opinion of him?
I don't know. I feel like they see oh God, he's got his own show. Like fuck that. Yeah. And they just skip over it. I don't think they give it the time of day because most people, especially nowadays, if they don't like something, they just won't. They won't invest time into understanding why they don't like it. Because there's so many people that like, oh, like he's fucking crazy. Like I would never like that. Yeah. He's stupid. He said this. He said what? But then it's like you go back and you watch shit like this, and it's like people were shitting on him for so long. Yeah. Of course you would be that way. Of course you would want to puff your chest out and talk your shit, especially after you accomplish what you accomplished. Like you're at the level that you're at now. Of course you would talk your shit because everybody in the beginning fucking doubted you. Yeah. And then what did Memphis Bleak say? He's like, once you get to that point, he's like, everybody's gonna hate. He's like, you don't have haters, and the hate is what makes it great. Memphis, man, love me some Memphis Bleak.
Memphis Bleak,
that nigga.
But it's just like I think it's a good insight on Kanye. It kind of like it humanizes him a little bit more. Mm-hmm. It doesn't just make him like this fucking celebrity figure. Like you can actually see like the personality and how he is. Yeah. Behind what you know. This nigga's just a fucking creative dude.
It's an origin story.
Yeah, it's an origin story of Ye. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna get into the second part tonight. Man, I can't wait till
Def.
Getting all these fucking text messages right
now.
But sorry.
Shit. Definitely check it out. It's dope. We can't wait to recap some more episode 2 next week for you guys too. So I definitely recommend it.
For sure.
Even if you don't like Kanye, I recommend it.
I recommend it if you don't like Kanye.
Yeah.
So yeah, on that note, we're gonna wrap up this episode. Thank y'all for tuning in, joining, whatever y'all doing, if y'all on YouTube or Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever you're doing. And shout out to Withered Souls for the bevy of the episode.
Yes, sir.
They didn't sponsor this, but we just want to shout them out because they're local and they're black owned.
Appreciate it, Withered Souls.
So cheers to y'all, and peace.
Peace.